Doctor Who may have seen countless companions come and go since it first aired back in 1963, but there is one particular piece of kit that the travelling Time Lord is rarely without: the sonic screwdriver. The sonic screwdriver has long been a staple of the Time Lord's adventures, and over its long and storied history, we've seen it serve an unbelievable number of purposes. While some of its uses, emitting sound waves, breaking glass, and picking locks, to name but a few, make a fair amount of sense considering the device's name, there are a handful of others that demand we accept that the words sonic screwdriver in fact mean whatever the hell the Doctor needs at any given moment. With that in mind, I'm Will for Who Culture, and here are the 10 weirdest things that the sonic screwdriver can do. 10. Scan everything. Featured in various episodes. Before anyone says it, yes, we know, it's been long established that scanning things is one of the Sonic's primary uses, but can we all just take a moment to think about how strange it really is? Over the years, the Doctor's screwdriver has been used to determine the origin, age, or composition of almost any object, as well as mapping the distance something has travelled or just generally learning any relevant information about whatever's being scanned. While the gleaning of this information has proved invaluable to the Doctor over the years, the fact that the Time Lord's go-to move upon discovering anything new is to point a screwdriver at it is one of the strangest and most convenient from an expositional angle things about this show. 9. Generate cash. Featured in The Runaway Bride. The Doctor isn't usually interested in material matters, but every now and then, even a Time Lord needs a bit of cash. In the 2006 Christmas special, The Runaway Bride, a confused Doctor emerges from the TARDIS with an angry Donna Noble into Oxford Street on Christmas Eve. Needing to get Donna back to her wedding, the Doctor realizes that he's a little strapped for cash, so casually zaps an ATM in order for it to spit out a few notes. Noticing that he's been cornered by killer robot Santas, he gives the machine another blast of the sonic, causing cash to rain out across the street, buying him time to escape. Although in the hands of your average human being, this particular function of the screwdriver would almost certainly be heinously abused, we're quite lucky the Doctor isn't all that interested in money. 8. Clear landmines. Featured in The Sea Devils. After escaping from prison, the Doctor and companion Jo find themselves trapped between the Master, a sea devil, and a minefield. Pretty dire circumstances, right? Well, no, not if you have a sonic screwdriver. After making a few heroic dives onto barbed wire so that Jo can cross safely, the Doctor employs the sonic to navigate the pair a safe path through the landmines buried in the sand. For all of a few seconds, it seemed to work, until a sea devil gave chase, stepping onto the minefield behind them. Not simply content to allow the creature to step on a mine and litter the beach with its corpse, the Doctor turns and begins detonating the mines at the sea devil's feet. While the creature is stunned, the Doctor detonates a few more, just for good measure. The creature understandably turns and runs in terror from the Doctor and his fearsome screwdriver. 7. The Marker Pen. Featured in World Enough and Time. In World Enough and Time, we see one of the most unexpected and benign uses for the sonic screwdriver, as the Doctor pulled it apart to reveal a red marker pen hidden inside. Another subtle nod to the device's increasingly long list of uses, it was a brilliantly comedic moment used to lighten a particularly dark and serious story. While it's probably more funny than it is weird, when framed against the device's origins, it's a particularly strange function for the show's writers to throw in. 6. Set fires. Featured in Various. One of the many things that makes the Doctor so cool is the uncanny ability to walk into a room and do something impressive. One such feat is the Time Lord's apparent skill at using the sonic screwdriver to start small fires, lighting candles and torches with apparent ease. It seems like such a simple thing, really, but when you think about it, it's a very strange function for a screwdriver to have. It's not even particularly useful when compared with the device's other functions, although the Doctor certainly seems to enjoy using it whenever the opportunity arises. 5. Make sunglasses. Featured in Planet of the Dead. In the 2009 Easter special Planet of the Dead, the 10th Doctor gets a little more than he bargained for when boarding a bus with the intention of eating his Easter egg in peace. When the bus goes through a ripple in space, its passengers, the Doctor among them, find themselves stranded on the desert planet San Helios. While examining the surrounding areas, the Doctor is almost upstaged by young thief Christina when she dons a pair of sunglasses, claiming that she's ready for every emergency. This prompts the Doctor to remove his glasses and give them a blast of sonic, darkening the lenses to create his own pair of sunglasses. How exactly the screwdriver was capable of this is anyone's guess, but it perfectly summed up the 10th Doctor's effortless intelligence and cool when under pressure. 4. Hypnosis. Featured in The Curse of Peladon. In 1972's The Curse of Peladon, the third Doctor demonstrated one of the sonic screwdriver's lesser-known abilities, hypnosis. Through means of an oscillating mirror attachment and a Venusian lullaby, the Doctor manages to calm the Agador, a monster tasked with killing him. While it might seem particularly odd, there's no denying that sonic hypnosis would have come in handy in any number of the Doctor's subsequent adventures, although this one was used sparingly by the show's writers, and many of them seem to have completely forgotten its existence. 3. Sky fishing, featured in A Christmas Carol. The 2010 Christmas special, A Christmas Carol, was a Doctor-esque reimagining of Charles Dickens' classic tale, in which the Doctor must teach a miserly Kazran Sardik a lesson in order to save his companions. One of the many features of this story were the skyfish, marine life that fly around among strange, electrified clouds. The Doctor soon learns that his sonic screwdriver can be used as a lure for the skyfish, and sets up a fairly primitive lure in order to get a closer look. The Doctor underestimated just how much the skyfish would love the sonic though. More than attracting just one, it attracted a flying shark, which bit the screwdriver clean in half. Whoops. 2. Whale emetic, featured in The Beast Below. Possibly the most disgusting thing we've seen the sonic used for, this one came in the 11th Doctor's first real outing after his regeneration. Upon arriving on the Starship UK in the distant future, the Doctor and Amy soon realise that something's amiss. For one thing, the ship doesn't appear to have any working engines, yet they are still moving. A little investigation later, the Doctor and Amy find themselves in the jaws of the beast, quite literally. As it turns out, Starship UK is in fact attached to the back of a star whale, a giant creature that's being used in place of any sort of conventional engine. In order to make it out of the whale's mouth before it swallows them, the Doctor decides to use his screwdriver to make the whale vomit, freeing them in the process. 1. Seal caskets, featured in Doctor Who, the TV movie. Once Doctor Who's initial run had come to an end, it seemed for a time that we'd never again follow the Time Lord on a new adventure. Then along came Doctor Who, the movie, that was intended to launch an American revival of the show. Spoiler alert, it didn't. The 1996 TV movie begins with the trial and execution of the Master, and the 7th Doctor fulfilling his final request by taking his remains to Gallifrey for a proper burial. For safekeeping, the urn containing the Master's ashes is placed inside a sturdy-looking casket, which the Doctor then proceeds to lock using his sonic screwdriver. It doesn't keep for long though, with the box breaking open and leaking ooze all over the TARDIS, causing the Doctor to make an emergency landing on Earth. This particular use of the sonic screwdriver was morbid and apparently redundant. The box containing the Master's ashes was fitted with a clearly visible keyhole. While using a key might have been the logical thing to do, the sonic screwdriver is undoubtedly a cooler way of sealing the remains of your nemesis. Although it's probably best to make sure you've done it properly though. And there you have it folks, the 10 weirdest things that the sonic screwdriver can do. Feel free to drop this video a like if you enjoyed it, and drop me a follow on Twitter at @YouSlyDogU. I'm Will for Who Culture, thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you next time.